unfortunately, this propeller, something has happened to it. Must have got damaged, or it's this one. Got damaged in my bag. Bent or something, I don't know. But unflyable. So that's a bummer. Okay, well, welcome to Cape Cod. So I am out here on our family vacation. And I thought that this would be the perfect time to answer the age-old question of digital or film. What should we be using? Now, obviously, this being a channel that's all focused on filming family life and documenting family life, this relates hopefully to parents out there. And, you know, what type of cameras maybe you should bring with you on a vacation. Should you bring your film camera? Should you bring your digital camera, whether it be photo or video? And this is a question that, like, I went back and forth on for a long time when I was packing. Like, do I really need to bring a film camera? Is it going to make it any better? Is it worth it? Is it worth the space it takes up? Is it worth the cost that I have to pay to get like the film developed and digitized and all that? Or should I just bring my digital stuff? And I went back and forth with it. And finally I decided that I was going to bring both. And I have a reason for it. And I want to share with you why that is, and then how I've been using both the digital and the film to hopefully document this trip well. So to start, what we have is, when it comes to digital, I'm filming on the DJI Pocket 3 right now. It's my go-to vlog family life camera. I think it's ideal. And then I've got my Fujifilm X-T30 with a 18 millimeter lens, which is equivalent to a like 23 millimeter lens. With a little short stash everyday filter on here. And then my wife also brought her little Sony camera with the Dispo lens. If you guys haven't seen that, super cool little thing. It's taken from like recycled disposable lenses and just pop it on your camera, and it gives it a really cool retro film look. So I'll show you some of those photos, and maybe we'll do a video on that at some point. But she brought that. And then as for film photos, I've got my Kodak Ektar H35N, which is a awesome little half frame camera. So you end up getting 72 images out of this instead of just the 36. Is that right? Yeah. And then for video, I brought my Super 8 Canon XL or 310 XL for some Super 8 stuff. So the question becomes, why both? What's the purpose of both? Well, I think for me, I decided that I love the emotion that film invokes. There's just something different about watching a video back on film or looking at photos back on film than there is with digital. And so I knew that I wanted to capture those emotions well. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to bring both. I'm going to bring one roll of my Super 8, and I'm going to bring one roll for my Kodak. And that's it. And whatever I capture, I capture. And I think this is fun for a couple of reasons. One, like I already said, you capture an emotion that's different with film than you do with photo. It's just, it can't be captured with digital in the same way. There's just something about it. But then second, I think there also is a really fun and a really creative element to the being limited by what you can capture. Like, I know that I can only capture 3 minutes of footage on this, and I'm currently at 40 out of the 50 feet on this roll. So we still have like 3 days left on this trip, and I know that I've only got 10 feet left to document it. So I'm saving this for when we go to Martha's Vineyard in a couple days. With this guy, I'm at about 36, so I'm halfway through the roll on this one. And it's just, it means I have to be very picky about what I capture with these devices. I do let my daughter take a couple photos on this one, but it's different than when she gets to take photos on here. Here she can snap away. On here, I give her like 1 or 2 photos at a time. But the other element too, I think there's a tangible element when you get these photos and these videos back. Like, I know that with these, I'm gonna have to wait. Like, I'm not gonna be able to look at these right away. This video probably isn't gonna come out right away because I wanna wait for these images and these video. So I know that there's going to be a delay in that. And I think that also creates a little bit of a fun, like, experience. It brings all these memories back, and it just brings more excitement back and all that. And it's a little bit better than if you received it like right after it happened. It's all still fresh in your mind. So there is the fun element of like anticipation, having to wait for these things. So that's why film. Now digital is the instantaneous, right? Being able to take photos and instantly pull them onto my computer and edit them and post them if I want to, or share them with family. There's also the element of having so much space. Obviously I brought multiple SD cards, I brought multiple batteries. Like, I know that I'm not going to run out of space. Like, I know that I can take as many photos as I want. My daughter can take photos. That's a really good thing, because then I know that I'm not going to miss anything. I can continually snap photos and be okay. And same with the video, obviously. I can swap out an SD card. I can record for 15 minutes straight if I want to. And that's a really nice thing, because then I know that these are going to be those like home videos that my kids look back on years from now. So that's why I chose to go with this. Now, that definitely does come with some complications, because now I'm balancing 4 cameras instead of 2. And there are some people who just use 1 camera for both video and photo. My wife is doing that with her camera, and that's fine. So then that comes to the question of, how am I balancing this? How am I making this work? Well, I've kind of come up with a few different things that I've been doing on this trip that has helped me balance both and feel like I'm using both at an appropriate time, and I'm not being overwhelmed, or I'm not being that weird guy balancing 4 different cameras. When there's like a simple moment going on, I'll pull out the film cameras and I'll document that. With the Super 8, I'm only getting 4 to 5 second clips at a time most of the time. And I'll get a few in a scene so I can create a scene in the video, and then I'll put it away. And same with the photos. I'll take a few photos, I'll create a scene, and then I'll put it away. And then I pull out the digital camera and I'll snap some photos, and I'll do the photos like, I give my wife the camera and she'll snap some photos of me and the kids and whatever, or I'll pull out this and I'll just start documenting. I'll just let it roll for a bit and follow the kids around as they're exploring the beach or flying kites or whatever. And that has been really good, because it means that while, yes, I may be carrying 4 with me, and yeah, that can be a lot. Luckily, they're small cameras, and that is intentional. It doesn't mean I'm using all the cameras at the same time. I'm very specifically using one, then moving on to the next and then the next. Now, of course, that does beg the question, does that mean I'm living in the moment? Am I being present in the vacation? I still think I am. I'm enjoying the vacation. My kids are enjoying the vacation. I'm enjoying documenting them. And when I capture what I want to capture, we put it away, and that's fine. So that's the first way I've been doing it. The other way is that there are just specific times that I don't need to film on film or take photos on film. Like, if we've already captured something, like walking on the beach and playing at the beach, I don't necessarily need to bring these back out again the next time we're at the beach. I can just go to the digital stuff, because that stuff's already been captured, and that's totally fine. And then there's also the knowledge that I know that I'm going to run out of the film eventually. Eventually, there's going to come a point where I've used it all and I haven't brought any extra, and I intentionally only brought 1 roll for each. And so that means that I will then switch completely and fully to digital. And that's been a fun experience for me, knowing that I'm limited in this, I'm not limited in this, and I can just document my family life. Now, what you should do, obviously, totally up to you. I just thought I would share my perspective, but I think it's been fun for me to be able to document this vacation with both. And I look forward to looking at the videos from my digital camera versus looking at the video from my film camera, and just seeing the differences in that, experiencing the different emotions that come from those. And same with photos, like looking at those photos, knowing that I really can't do much editing of these photos. And so what I get is what I get, versus this I can make however I want, really. So that's just a really fun experience. I feel like that actually enhances my experience on this vacation for me, because I am a creative person and I enjoy documenting my family life. And this allows me to be creative in how I do that. So if you're going on a vacation and you're wondering, should I bring film? Should I just bring digital? I hope this maybe helps you. I hope this gives you some things to think about. I think I would say if you've got the space and you can come up with a way to intentionally balance the two, then go for it. But also, if it feels like it might be a little overwhelming, then just stick with digital or stick with film if that's what you want. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Let me know, would you rather bring film or digital on a vacation? And again, I'm sorry, I keep looking at the screen. I'm doing really bad at it on this one, but hope you subscribe and we'll see you next time.